Let's have the music. Get our first match of the second half underway.
Hello and welcome to WrestleForce TV on YouTube. I am Bobby Davies. We are in Guildford at the Electric Theatre and it is time for a WrestleForce Undisputed Championship match. You are looking at the challenger James Pharrell, former 5-time champion, looking to become the first ever 6-time champion, going to ascend to the mountaintop one more time. WrestleForce is one of the most prolific wrestling companies in the UK, putting on more wrestling shows than almost anyone. That tells you how tough James Pharrell is to be a 5-time champion, constantly defending that title, constantly coming back after it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is a singles contest for the WrestleForce Undisputed Championship. We've got the challenger in the ring. Let's have a change of music and bring out the champion.
The champion, brutal Brandon Lee, won the title from Jack Landers in Aylesbury the last time he appeared for WrestleForce, with a little bit of help from Nathan, Angel, and a spinning tombstone pile driver on a steel chair. Don't let that take away from the size, power, strength, and ability of this athlete. He may not have done it 100% by the books. That does not mean he isn't capable of beating anyone on the WrestleForce roster fair and square. Whether he chooses to do it fair and square is going to be another matter. The fans not a fan of Brandon Lee, as if he could care anyway. You see the two belts that comprise the WrestleForce Undisputed title. The one in Brandon's hand being raised above his head, that is the WrestleForce Championship. The white one around his waist, that is the International Championship. When you hold both, you are the Undisputed Champion. James Pharrell has done that in the past, alongside also holding the Tag Team Championship, being the only ever triple champion in WrestleForce history. Gonna throw it down to the ring for the introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is one fall to a finish, a pinfall, submission, or a knockout to decide the winner. Introducing first to my right, the former 5-time WrestleForce Undisputed Champion. Will he make it a 6-time title victory tonight? Please welcome James Pharrell. And to my left, making his first defense of the WrestleForce Undisputed Championship after winning it from Jack Landers in Aylesbury. It's his first defense and he'll be looking to make it a successful one. Please welcome the WrestleForce Undisputed Champion, Brutal Brandon Lee! So over to referee Oscar.
Referee Oscar Bryant in charge of this Undisputed title match, showing James Pharrell the prizes he could win. The WrestleForce title, the International title, the Undisputed Championship is on the line. Two gigantic athletes. Brandon Lee has the advantage in terms of size, but do not count out Pharrell in that department. He is a big man himself, almost as tall as Lee. If this comes down to a striking game, you got to think Brandon Lee is in charge. If it is going to be technical wrestling, you're looking at James Pharrell. Both men probably going to come in, look for their specific tactics into the wrestling. We are underway. Lock up in the middle. Lee, Pharrell for the WrestleForce Undisputed title. Lee using the strength to push Pharrell into the corner to get the advantage. Disrespecting the former 5-time champion. The True Athlete not going to take that well. Pharrell sizing up Lee. Back to the center of the ring. Picks the ankle. What a move by Pharrell. And just a straight right from Lee. If in doubt, punch him in the face. Lean out. Shoulder barges while holding onto the wrist. Maintaining wrist control. Working the shoulder joint of Pharrell. Arm wringer. You don't know what that feels like. Imagine your entire arm being pulled out of the socket by a man who is about 6'4". Pharrell rolls through, tries to get the wrist control back, Brandon Lee does not give in. Puts the knee across the face of Pharrell. Working down the True Athlete. Brutal Brandon Lee living up to his name. Pharrell, the head scissors, pulls Lee down to the mat. Full control now. See the knee joint around the chin. Not allowing Brandon Lee anywhere to move. Pharrell working the wrist as well. Lee goes to the eyes. This is what I mean. He can win fair and square. He chooses not to. Side headlock takeover in the middle of the ring. Pharrell back with those head scissors though. It works once, it works again. Lee not having that one scouted. You cannot have the entire arsenal of James Pharrell scouted. It's too deep. Lee works his way around to his stomach, trying to get back on his feet. And someone else has been studying the old British tapes as well. Works his way out of that head scissor. Uses a double chop to the throat to get the Pharrell back. European uppercut by Lee. Rings out the arm. One more time with wrist control. Not what we expected from Lee. Technical wrestling, but Pharrell showing you why he's the master of technical wrestling. An Olympic style background. Amateur background. British wrestling training at the Snake Pit in Wigan. That knee bending at an unnatural angle. Look at Lee. Lee now just clubbing the back of James Pharrell. A la the Ollie Peace family tree. Everyone on that family tree. Very adept at a back club. Now Pharrell trying to stop Brandon Lee. Holding on. Almost attempting a cravat maybe. Lee gets the headlock. Gets control. Off the ropes. Shoulder tackle by Lee. Pharrell got the separation he wanted. Didn't expect the big man to come back like a runaway train. Drop kick on the money by Pharrell. That is why he's called the True Athlete. Picks up the big man. Scoop slam in the center. Pharrell feeling it now. Off the ropes. Elbow drop. The former 5-time champion into the cover. Looking to be champion one more time this week. No, Lee kicks out. Not enough. You hear James Pharrell asking this audience in Guildford, should he finish this match? Lining up Lee. Going to be looking for that Olympic slam. Lee sees it coming though. Sandbags. Gets his weight down and throws Pharrell to the outside. Pharrell almost landing in the laps of the front row of the Electric Theatre here in Guildford. Brandon Lee grabbing the head of James Pharrell and a straight right. Grabbing Pharrell by the hair. Brandon Lee, European uppercut. Saying if you can do it, James Pharrell, I can do it better. Referee Oscar counting in the ring. James Pharrell showing how you master that European uppercut. Pharrell needs to get Brandon Lee back in the ring to win the title. Brandon Lee could retain by double count out. No one wins the match, but he keeps the title if that's the case. I know Lee, back in the ring, deciding to break the count, maybe on his first offense, wanted to prove that he is a dominant champion. Wants to beat James Pharrell in the middle of the ring. Swings wildly. Pharrell just a jumping kick to the jaw. Maybe got him in the throat. Pharrell fighting Brandon Lee on the outside. Lee just tackling Pharrell to the apron. That lower back driving into that wooden board, that metal frame. Lee sending Pharrell back in the ring. Pharrell looking worse for wear. This one's Lee's to win. Though he's decided to showboat. Giving James Pharrell time to game plan, time to breathe. That is not a well thought out idea. And this is exactly what I mean. Into the cover. This could be over. Kick out by Pharrell. Brandon Lee making sure Pharrell doesn't try that again. Big boot. The fans getting on Lee one more time. Gonna load up Pharrell. Suplex in the middle of the ring. Vertical suplex. Pharrell's lower back in agony. Into the cover. This could be over. Pharrell kicking out at 2. Pharrell taking a leave of the ring. Getting to the apron. That is a genius idea. You cannot be beaten there. Oh, just luring Lee in. Great tactics. Float over, looking to pin the big man, gets him down into the cover. Pharrell nearly wins the Wrestle Force title on a roll up there into the side headlock, but reversed into a back suplex by brutal Brandon Lee. Working the back of James Pharrell. Started working on that shoulder joint. Changed tactic now. Just working the lower back with slamming him into the apron, tackling him into the edge of the ring. Now working the fingers. Did you hear the snap of the fingers? That is agony, and you can tell by the face of James Pharrell, Brandon Lee taking control of this one. Straight right again. A third time he has punched James Pharrell in the face. Referee Oscar Bryant may need to give a warning about those closed fists. Lee makes his way back in the ring like a lion stalking its prey. Pharrell worse for wear. Reversed by Pharrell, sends Brandon Lee into the corner. Big back body drop. Pharrell creating some distance. Can he find an opening in this match? Getting the crowd behind him, getting pumped up. Head of steam, looks for a clothesline in the corner, but Lee puts out the boot. Heads to the second rope, looking for an elbow drop. Don't see this out of the big man very often. And Pharrell sees it coming, gets the boot under the jaw, rocking brutal Brandon Lee. Pharrell has had enough. He's been punched in the face one too many times, and he's going to start one of his own. As the fans count along, 10 punches to the face of Brandon Lee in the corner. Powers up Lee, suplex of his own. Pharrell straight into the cover. Hooks the leg, does not get the 3 count. Brandon Lee heads to the ropes. I don't know if Pharrell thought he was necessarily going to get the 3 there. Just showing Lee, I'm on top of you now, forcing Lee to kick out. Pharrell is a big man, using his own weight, forcing Lee to kick out, using that energy. Head of steam, looks for a clothesline again, or a body splash. Lee sends him out for Banderas. Pharrell over the top with a roll. There's the True Athlete. Clothesline. We saw the punches from the right side. Now we see clotheslines from the left. The ambidextrous James Pharrell trading every regiment, swinging at you from both sides. Looks for that scissor kick. Patented scissor kick in the middle of the ring by Pharrell. Brandon Lee heading for the ropes. Pharrell chases him in into cover. New champion? No. Great tactics by Brandon Lee. Knew that he might not be able to kick out of that. Knew that he didn't want to expend that energy. Heads to the ropes. Grabs the bottom rope. Doesn't need to use his energy to kick out. Pharrell lining up. Maybe looking for that discus clothesline that he likes to employ. Yeah, that momentum. He gets low. Going to come from underneath. Like an uppercut with a clothesline. Lee turned inside out into the cover. Pharrell learning from previous mistakes. I thought he was going to get the win there. Pharrell learning from the previous mistake though. Hooking the arm of Brandon Lee just as that freak out was going to come. Stopping him from grabbing the ropes. Making Lee have to kick out. This is where the game planning of Pharrell comes in. He spotted that arm. Knew that if he wanted to give Lee a chance to kick out, he had to kick out. He had to use the energy to do so. Lining up. Gonna look for that Olympic slam. Lee slips out the back. Running knee. Wipes out James Pharrell. Pharrell looks unconscious. This one's over. Retaining the championship. Pharrell digging down deep. Finding something in his heart. Kicking out. He must become the 6-time Wrestle Force Champion. Brandon Lee saying this one is over. Grabs Pharrell by the hair. Going to look for that spinning tombstone. Loads up for the True Athlete. Here we go. This one. No! Pharrell rolls through into that lucha cover. What a kick out by Lee. Got the wherewithal. But he gives the chance for the Olympic slam by Pharrell. Into the cover. New champion. Here we go. The look on Pharrell's face tells a story. He thought he'd become the champion. That Olympic slam very rarely kicked out of. Brandon Lee showing how tough he is. Pharrell saying we're going to go for it one more time. One more time to become the champion. Pharrell, no, looking for the chicken wing. No one has got that chicken wing. Brandon Lee does well to avoid being locked into it. If he's locked in, it's over. Springboard cutter. Straight into the cover. Brandon Lee retains. Pharrell kicking out just before the 3. Lee can't believe it. Swinging for the fences with that springboard cutter. Pharrell says, no, I must be the 6-time champion. Brandon Lee looking down at Pharrell, wondering what he has to do to finish this match. Pharrell holding the knee. That is a tactic. Stop. If Brandon Lee was to grab him, try and pull him up, Pharrell then has a base to hold on to. Sees it coming. Olympic slam. Lee sees that coming. Reversal. Powers him up. Looking for the tombstone. Spinning tombstone. Pharrell cracking his head on the floor into the cover. This one is done. Still your champion, Brandon Lee. Unbelievable attempt from James Pharrell. No one is kicking out of that spinning tombstone.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner and still WrestleForce Undisputed Champion, Brandon Lee.
What an effort by James Pharrell. But he is not the 6-time champion. Still your undisputed WrestleForce champion, Brandon Lee.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your reigning and defending WrestleForce Undisputed Champion, Brandon Lee.
What a match here in Guildford. Thank you for watching WrestleForce TV on YouTube. Give us a like, share and subscribe. Comment below on your thoughts on this match. Go to WrestleForce.com, see if we're in a town near you soon. I've been Bobby Davies. Thank you for watching WrestleForce TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was Brandon Lee's first title defense, and James Pharrell made him a very, very tough one indeed. Give it up for your runner-up in this contest and almost 6-time Undisputed Champion,